Welcome back to Varsity Voice. Cheerleading doesn't just support other sports, but it is a sport unto itself.
My name is Julia Pacey. I'm a senior and I'm a captain.
My name is Corinne Gebline. I'm a senior and I'm also a captain.
I'm Mary Bakaiva. I'm a senior.
I'm Bridget Nunes and I'm a senior.
My name's Amanda Carter and I'm a senior.
I'm Katie Messina and I'm a senior.
Cheerleading is so different. You know, we have 3 different things going on at once. We have our competition season, we have football season, and then we break into basketball season.
Our season actually starts back in May, and then we practice all summer long.
We have summer practices where we mostly condition a lot.
We go to camps, clinics, and then we practice 3 times a week.
And then once August comes, we will teach them their routine. Usually I'll do the choreography, or I'll bring extra set of eyes out to do so.
And we have to get ready for football games as well, so we have so little time to do all of that.
For football games, the goal is to get everybody synchronized, get everybody in that day mentality.
Our role as the cheerleaders at the football game is to pump up the crowd,
get everybody excited.
I feel like we're like the motivators.
And then get their energy to feed onto the football players so they can be successful.
The core of cheerleading is to support your other teams. I think that they are known for how active they are with our football team, how much they support them, and how much they do for them, and that they're at every game is really important to the players and the coaches. There has been times in the past where we have had our regional bid competition the same day as a football game, and it's a lot on the kids, but because they won it, they will go to the competition in the morning, and then they will cheer at the football game at night. Preparing them for competition is a lot of work and time put into it, because we are a school that is good at a lot of sports. So, there's always something going on other than our practices.
We always use the football games as practice for competition, because we perform the same stunts that we would perform in competition at the games. And it's good for us because we get a sense of how to perform in front of a crowd. So on a competition day, like a normal competition day, we usually meet at one of the gyms that we practice at, and we'll run through our routine a few times, make sure everything's hitting the way we want it to, and then we'll get ready together, like our hair and makeup, make sure everything's perfect before we leave.
And then we get on the bus and we head to competition.
And when we get there, we obviously sign in, get ready, and we're all excited.
And we wait around for our warm-up time. We watch the other teams, and kind of gets nervous watching the other teams go and see how they do.
Usually, sometimes before we start competing, we sit in a circle and we kind of talk about things to get it off our minds. We sing and we do funny things.
And then we go to warm-ups, and you only have a certain amount of time to figure out your stunts before you hit the mat.
And that's, I feel the most nerve-wracking part for me, at least, because if a stunt doesn't hit, I kind of
you worry about it the whole time up until if your stunt's not hitting in warm-ups, it makes you really nervous for the real thing.
I think the toughest part is the mental aspect. You don't only have to trust yourself, but you have to trust all your teammates that they're gonna have the confidence to go out there and do what they can.
So we'll go on the mat, we all compete as a family, and we're just the best feeling in the world.
Most coaches can call a timeout if something's going wrong, and in a competitive aspect, cheerleading is so different in that I have to sit in the front of the mat and sometimes watch them fail at something. I can't get onto the mat, I can't freeze the judges' table, I can't tell the DJ to stop the music, I just have to watch. And you can't call a timeout and pull them in and say, you know what, it's okay, move on, let's keep going.
You only get one chance to hit your routine, and it's not just like any other sport where you can pick it up and if you're losing, you can bounce back.
You'll be judged by a team, but you have to work to the best of your ability.
Because they're not going to know, oh, you hit this at warm-ups, but you didn't hit, they're not going to know that you have to hit it then and there.
And you don't have a second chance.
There's no excuses.
I just have to hope that I've prepared them enough in that, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that they can do that on their own.
When you finish and you feel like you've hit a perfect routine, there's always like a judge that critiques you.
After we compete, there's awards. We all take the mat. Every team that is going against each other, we sit in a circle, and they announce divisions and their placement.
Competition preparation is all year because once they've competed, we get a score sheet back. We feed off of the comments that are on that score sheet. So once we're getting into the national season, taking all of those local competition score sheets and then applying them to our nationals routine.
And then the difference between local competition and nationals is that local competitions is like teams around us and that we're familiar with.
The local competition, there's a lot less pressure because it's a smaller crowd.
A local competition is in, one of the gyms at the school. Nationals is at the ESPN complex in Orlando.
At nationals, it's huge, and there's teams from all over the world that we don't even know, and they're really good.
And then obviously you work all season to get to nationals, so there's much more pressure.
It's nothing like I've ever experienced before.
And also with like the incoming freshmen, some of them have never seen a nationals mat. We have to prepare them to be at a mat and not freeze up. So we have to like kind of show them what it's all about and what it's like.
So it's just a much larger and a much more important competition in comparison.
My favorite part is the competitions itself because I just love like the feeling I get.
No other sport that I have ever played has ever been like this. Like, it hasn't incorporated performing or being athletic. Like, none of it really requires all of that together in one.
My favorite part is competing as like a family.
My favorite part of cheer is getting really close to the girls on the team and becoming a family so that like when you hit your routine, it's like 10 times more exciting because you're with like your 27 other sisters.
Like, we have such a long season that if you didn't love all the girls you were with, it wouldn't be